Haven't listened to this song in a while, have we? Today might be short. I got a slight headache, and for the most part, and I still feel good. Still feel chipper and chapper, like chapstick. I didn't open translation stuff. Well, the ball's on me, kids. Oh, the song, like this again, like the blah 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 song is one of those songs that just brings it out of me. I can't. I already cannot. I already can't! No! Since it's a bit different, but it still carries... it's kind of a weird sentence to translate directly without knowing what you're doing. Oh no! That list isn't supposed to be there. Worker, take a haircut. Just soak it all in! I need to stop having my notes open like that. Ugh. Not that I care at all, but it's more... it's more that I look over them like, ah, shit. Ah... I got 1,351 people subscribed. None of them show up, though! I feel like a paper boy. He tosses papers at a door, and then the guy picks up the paper and tosses it right back at me. He's like, get off my lawn, boy! What the hell is this weird way of talking? You know, the thing that gets me about this, that I just realized, is you're the only person who gets to go here. Everyone else is kind of stuck in... That's another thing that bothers me about the story, is that Dragonland is the one that gets abandoned. Despite it being the nicer place and somewhat of a better setup for a clean sequel. Like, Humantopia, it does not have enough... I guess, again, you could do a sequel in Humantopia. A very good one, in fact. One where you focus on racism, but you already have them segregated. Like, you already have dragons living on their own, not giving a shit. And the relationship is strained because... the cities are racially pure because they don't really get along that well. Like, there's a few mixed cities, but it's not doing enough. Like, they don't want to. Dragons don't like it because humans are too weird and they don't stick to tradition. And humans are like, what the fuck's with these dragons? They're such squares. Like, only dragons like Anna would really live in those areas, or humans that really like their rhythms. Yeah, like, the thing about this festival that gets me a bit is, how does the festival possibly compare to this? It's been, what, at most 2 months between Reza being sent and you being sent. I highly doubt the negotiations took that long, considering how expensive it was. See, like, look at how much more interesting this sounds. Like, this sounds more interesting for Remy. If we were Reza, this situation would have been better. Like, we would have been that person. We would have known what this was about, what it looked like. Instead, we get nothing. We don't even get, like, a picture of, like, this is what it looked like. A whole bunch of dragons standing in front of it. Oh. It just feels kind of weird that we never see, like, picture anything of it. Or we're even told that those exist. But why? You already have Reza. You also never tell the player anything about this. Like you say, it's security concerns, but you never explain any of them. The funny thing about this, think really hard about the scene. This is the kind of religious scene that I wanted. Except Remy just kind of sweeps it under the rug as a religious experience. It's also kind of weird you never get to call anyone, like, just about assistance. Like, you call one person for assistance, and that is, Adine, and then specifically for food. What's all these details, is my question. Like, why all these details about the specifics of your relationship? Of course you'd send someone else. That's fucking obvious, Remy. Don't be this... Like, being verbose is an art form. Be verbose about things people care about. Don't be verbose about these minute details. Like, of course you do it! You're a fucking assistant, Remy! It's a given you do this! Like, I expect this motherfucker to next say, by the way, my scales are right, in case you didn't notice. Of course she keeps a goddamn word. Why would she not? What incentive does she have to not trust you? You're her fucking assistant! Her massive political decision! You did... God damn it! Like, it just feels like he's just doubling down on this on this internal office intrigue that no one gives a fuck about. This is already established. This relationship is given enough volume and depth that this doesn't fucking matter. Yes, Emra shits on you, but she's never, she's never made it unreliable when it comes to this. She's unreliable when it comes to the public opinion, but not like this in private. She's too vacant to have any personality like that. It still bothers me that Remy's opening art is just so... I don't know, how would I describe this? I think a good way to describe it is together with the Dean art piece, this one. It's very clearly... It's a lot more, I needed some cheap art to get this done. Like, even Anna has this... The only thing that bothers me about this is that she feels so bottom-heavy. Ugh, how does her brains work? I can only imagine this one was redone. Or at least some of them were redone. I mean, Adine got a nude picture. Too bad that one go get translated. Make a price. Little sleepy boy. But yeah, the quality changes a lot between chapters. Sebastian must have gotten some sort of redrawn because he looks a lot better than most others. Although he has the same fucking... His hips are bigger than his head! By volume of 2. And the blush! I love the little blush. The little blush just gets me. Also, here's a problem. I've pointed this out before. He stands to the side. I want you to imagine standing in front of a door and looking at someone with your eyes instead of your head. Like, that's what this does. He's not looking at you. He's sort of glancing at you. Ugh. But yeah, what I mean is, like, pictures like this one. A lot more... Something about this is a lot more polished. Look at that, look at that, look at that tiny mistake I'm gonna point out for no reason. Yeah, Unless his nose is particularly sharp, this looks kind of... Ugh. Something about it feels like he's flat. Yeah, his jaw... This jaw is supposed to go up. There's supposed to be a jaw space under here. That's what makes his head look like a fucking cardboard cutout. I mean, for the rest, he looks alright, I guess. His wings don't look like... He doesn't look like he'd actually be able to fly with those wings, but, you know, it works. It works. It's just that his head... Now look at his head, it's really flat. Ooh. I mean, I'm not going to say that drawing the inside of mouths is something I'd ever want to do, but... Oh, I know why this looks weird. This. The way his head is shaped, either you see the bottom of his jaw, so you see the whole throat connecting part, and if you do that, you also see the top of his mouth. That doesn't vanish like this. This implies that his mouth is either curiously shaped, or has... It's not what this video is about. It's not what this video is about. This video isn't about me talking about video games. Are you sure you aren't retroactively projecting? So, here's the fun thing. You could easily make a cool little side plot where he's like, I'm trying to relive that us moment, but I can't. You know, like, he doesn't have that spark. Like, he's cool. He's mistaking friendship for love. Like, you could do stuff with that. It's fun little things you can hook off of. I like this song a lot. I know what it is. I think this is the reason I like this is it really feels like the title works because there's these little piano playings, then there's this open sound. Like you're just going places. You're coasting on life. That's not hope you're feeling, that's just a good friendship. Having social engagements matter, Remy! Go online! I mean, the majority of people I know now is because I know one person very well. Although he's kind of a fucking boot heel, if you know what I mean. But I like that about him. Because in the end, we both get what we want out of it. And that's the best kind of friendship! And I met a whole bunch of cool people. Yeah! Could you imagine me having friends? Well, if I can make friends, so can you! And if you don't want friends, well, the more power to you, buddy old chum old pal. What a way-rated reason to tell someone. I guess that's a good motivator, though. It really feels like this would have worked better if there were some small minor encounters where he overblows things. You know. Change it a bit. And now, after everything, I can't believe we're sitting here together. Together. We're both sitting here together. I think I'm going to cut it off here. As I said, I'm not 100% feeling it today. That's an unhealthy way to look at this. Unhealthy way, Remy. But yeah. Like, it's been 2 weeks, Remy! It's implied that it's not even been a month. If you're rebounding like that, you're... Next time, I know this hasn't been much. This probably even hasn't been 200 lines. Yeah, not even too long. But I'm not feeling it today. Next time, this chunky monkey. This is nice though. Good stuff. Yeah. Are those coloring errors? Because, like, why are those... Did this artist put the fucking layer on top of it? But yeah, like, this clearly proves that they can do a pretty good forward position. It's kind of weird the background's this empty, but look at this. They can do a head-on shot. Why not do it for Sebastian when he's standing in the doorway? Like, I could understand Bryce standing sideways on the thing because he's trying to stop... I don't know. Ah!